elements we have in the design. The other thing is these two elements are interacting with each other. When you look at them, how much they're similar, how much they're different. And that similarity brings us the third quality, which is called proportion. Right? And these three are the qualities of beauty. When we talk about product, we talk about function. So the first thing we need to make sure is our design elements are appropriate for that function. And that's the quality that we call appropriateness. Another thing is we always like to see the new things, the new designs. And that is called novelty. And these are the qualities of attractiveness. Right? Attractiveness is something coming from function. And these are the qualities of aesthetic. So when we want to design a product, we use design elements. So in order to know the relationship between the elements, we can use the qualities of beauty. And in order to know what type of design elements we should use, we can use the qualities of attractiveness. So this is how design elements are linked to the aesthetic quality. So let's take a look at an example of beauty. So here we have 4 simple designs. The first one, you can see we have the 2 elements, the 2 circles, the exact same size. So it's pure, because we only have 2 elements, and they're exactly the same thing, so we have high proportion, and the contrast is low. The second one circle is slightly larger, but we still have just 2 elements, so still pure, but the proportion is slightly lower, and the contrast is slightly higher. The third one, the pureness is low, we have so many elements, but still the proportion is higher than the fourth one because every element is different. The fourth one, the contrast is very high because the proportion and pureness is low. So that shows that actually contrast has an inverse relationship with pureness and proportion. And the beautiful object has a balance between all these 2 qualities. Right? So I'd like to use that concept of beauty to explain the reason behind golden ratio, why we like golden ratio. Right? So golden ratio obviously is a rectangle. Right? If we compare the golden ratio with square has obviously better proportion, right? Because all the sides are the same size. But why we prefer a rectangle over the square? Because the rectangle has higher contrast. Right? But this golden ratio is a specific ratio that we like most. Why is that? If I put the square inside the rectangle, only in golden ratio, the smaller rectangle is similar to the bigger rectangle. And that's called proportion. That's why we like a golden ratio. It's got contrast and proportion that we need. Right? So, this is an example of pureness. Okay. What exactly we say is which one is better, which one is purer. How many separate elements we have. Right? So, pureness, how many difference? So, it's a quantitative factor. Proportion, how much difference? It's a qualitative factor of aesthetic. Higher pureness means fewer elements, a higher proportion, higher similarity of elements. So higher pureness and proportion again means lower contrast. So beauty is rational, objective, timeless, absolute, and independent of function. Doesn't matter what the function is. If it's beautiful, it's beautiful. Attractiveness, on the other hand, is emotional. It's subjective. It's time dependent. Something's attractive today won't be attractive next year. It's relative. We always compare the products with each other. And it also function dependent. So something that you don't know what the function is won't be attractive. Okay. So, in order to implement those qualities, we need something that we call metrics. What is metric? Metrics are generated when a design element faces a steady quality, right? For example, proportion in shape or pureness in color, novelty in form, right?